What are you doing, boy? You doing push-ups? Why don't you guys come down? Welcome back to Dexter Ranch. Last week's video was about Dexter cow udder conformation. And in that video I showed what's a good udder and what's a bad udder. But I kind of ended the video without saying what I'm going to do about the problem. So in today's video, I'm going to show you what the consequences of my mistake are and what the next steps are to correct this problem. So this little bull calf right here, this is the very first bull calf that's been born on my farm that has A2 milk genes, and he is also homozygous poult. And for those of you that don't know, that is kind of the most sought after gene set in Dexter cows. As you can imagine, I was pretty excited whenever he was born. On top of that, he's just a very, very nice looking bull calf. From how he looks today and his age, he's going to be a nice looking bull. But he does come from one of the cows with the bad udder on the farm. So unfortunately, even though this was very exciting, like I said, when he was born, I'm in a situation where this bull calf will have to be steered. And shortly after that, his mother Lily here will have to go to the sale barn to leave the farm. If you guys didn't see the video last week, I'll put the link in the description below, but Lily here has the next to the worst udder on the farm. So unfortunately, she's gonna have to leave us after this calf is weaned. And Holly here, which was the worst udder on the farm, she will be going to the sale barn on this coming Monday. Also, along with Holly, this is Holly's daughter that she had this year. And in my opinion, this calf does not look great for her age. And that's partially due to the fact that her mother's udder is so bad. So Bean is her name. You can see it there on her ear tag. She's going to also be going to the sale barn with her mother. I would keep her for just beef, but for me, it just makes more sense to send her with her mom and just kind of get rid of the udder problem all in one shot. I still haven't made up my mind on Ivy here as to what I'm gonna do with her. She was the one that doesn't have a really bad udder, but she does have really bad teat placement. As you can see down there, she has two teats that are basically fused into one. She still raises really good calves, so I could keep her around for just beef, but ultimately I think she probably needs to leave the farm too if I'm going to get past this udder situation. So guys, this is the consequence of the mistake I made by not paying attention when I was buying my cattle and bringing home some bad udders. I'm in a situation where I'm going to be losing some money over this deal, and I could easily sell these cattle to people just like me, because there's a lot of them out there that are just getting into the Dexter cattle, and it would not be hard for me to sell them for a premium price and just move on. But as a Dexter breeder, I feel that it would be the wrong thing to do, not only to sell them. Me personally, I wouldn't even sell them with a registration, even if I sold them very, very, very cheap. I'm just going to take them to the sale barn. And like I said, I'm going to take Holly and her calf Bean this coming Monday, and I'm going to make a video and kind of document that whole process, including what I get paid for them at the sale barn. The situation is that I'll drop them off on Monday night. They have the sale Tuesday mid-morning, and I'll go back on either Tuesday or Wednesday and pick up my check. Honestly, I've never been through that, so I have no idea what kind of money I will get back out of them. I'm expecting it to be shockingly low, but I'm fine with that so that I don't have to pass this on to somebody else and I can move these cattle off of my farm. In my opinion, this is the way that it should be done. As breeders, we should not be passing this stuff along, even if we are reducing the price. We should be taking these cattle out of the Dexter cattle registration, period. Because a lot of times, just like I did, people will go and they'll see that cattle are registered, and that'll give them a false sense of confidence in what they're buying. And yeah, you can say, well, they need to educate themselves and everything else. And I'm not telling anybody how to run their farm. I've had a few comments, don't tell me how to run my farm. You run your farm how you want to, and I'll run my farm how I want to. I'm not telling anybody how to run their farm. I'm just giving my opinion. This is my YouTube channel. I'm allowed to do that. So if that upsets you, I'm sorry, but that's all I'm doing here. In my opinion, I don't feel like we should be selling these cattle as registered animals at all. We should just take the registration out of the equation. If somebody wants to buy them, you should sell them as just, you know, basically it's a cull cow. So they can take it, they can do whatever they want with it, but they're not going to pass that on in the ADCA group of cattle. That's my opinion. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what makes me feel the best about it, even though it's obviously hurting me. But at the same time, I'm excited to get them off of the farm. I've realized my mistake, and it's time to move forward. In last week's video, these two black cows right here, they were at the top of the list for udders because they have really, really good udders on them. Both of them do. And they both have heifer calves that are here on the farm. And those heifer calves are both A1, A2. Both of these cows are A1, A1, and I'm talking about milk genes. And as I was telling you when I was talking about the little bull calf, my goal is to get to A2, A2 someday, but that can't be my #1 goal. I have to fix the problems before I can get the cherry on top, right? So with these two black cows having really good udder conformation, my hope is to utilize their calves, which this is one of them. This is Zuri, and she's A1, A2, and she comes from the same line of cattle that create really good udders. Mixing them with Heath here, which is an A2, A2 bull, I'm hoping to get back to where I was wanting to be with my milk gene. A calf between him and her would for sure be a heterozygous polled, so it wouldn't have horns. It would carry a gene that could produce horns in its calf, but since she's A1, A2, and he's A2, A2, I've got a 50% chance of that calf being A2, A2. So that's kind of where I'm headed. And the only thing that could go wrong with that is if Heath is just putting out bad udders. And there's no way for me to tell that, but then to just go down that road. So the black cows are kind of my hope in how I'm going to really get to the perfect udder, or what I consider the perfect udder on my farm. I just want to be producing really, really nice cattle. And for me, it's a situation where I'm not going to ever feel confident enough to ask those $1,800 to $2,200 prices for a calf until I get there. Until I can have somebody come on my farm and look at the mom and look at my bull and not have anything negative to say. And I'll know when I get there, but until I get there, this is where I'm at. I'm working on it. I'm trying to figure out how I get the herd to where it needs to be. And these are the steps that I'm taking right now. So that's the plan, guys. Like I said, keep an eye out for the video. This probably be Tuesday or Wednesday, maybe Thursday. It'll be next week sometime by the time I post it. But keep an eye out for that video. It ought to be pretty interesting, especially for you, those of you that are like me, that have never been through the sale barn experience. Like I said, I'm going to try to get as much documented on video about that experience as I can, and it'll give you guys an idea of what you could expect if you have a cow on your farm that just needs to go, and you don't want to wait around or try to sell them to somebody else because you're just going to be selling them a problem. So leave your thoughts down below, guys. If you haven't subscribed to Dexter Ranch yet, please consider doing so. I plan on showing my entire journey with these Dexter cattle with 100% transparency. That's my thing. I don't believe in just making a video and making everything seem perfect, because that's not going to help anybody, including me. You've seen some of the mistakes that I've made already, and now you're seeing what I'm doing to try to correct them. So if you stick around and if you subscribe and hit the bell so that you know when I post a video, I believe that it will be helpful to you if you're thinking about or already own Dexter cattle. Hit the like button if you liked the video, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.